Hi guys, let's go ahead and go over this variables practice. So we're going to be looking at two scenarios. One about RG3, a football player, and his desire to gain some muscle weight, and then also about some cupcakes, which flavor is the most popular. All right, so let's just read through. Robert Griffin III is a quarterback for the Washington Redskins. He currently weighs 217 pounds, but he wants to gain some muscle weight. RG3 wondered which protein powder would help to gain the best weight. He decides to try 3 different types of protein powder. For the first 2 weeks, he used muscle milk. For the next 2 weeks, he used Gold Standard. For the last 2 weeks of the experiment, he used Myoplex. He measured his weight at the end of each 2-week period. He made sure he used the same amount of protein powder and milk for all 3 experiments. He also drank the protein shakes in the morning every day. Sort the following variables correctly. All right, so the variables that we have to work with are these over here, okay? So what is the one thing that was purposely changed between these experiments? What was the independent variable? And it is the type of protein powder used. So the type of protein powder. So we can cross that off. So what was the dependent variable, the DV? What was it that he was going to measure then? So it goes on to talk that he measured his weight at the end of the 2-week period. So that is going to be our dependent variable. Remember, our dependent variable is the one that we measured. So it's going to be the amount of weight gained. This one right here. Okay? So we've used that. So what did he keep as his controls? What was he consistently doing with all of the experiments? He made sure he used the same amount of protein and milk. He also drank the shakes in the morning every day. So what were his control variables? Would be the amount of protein powder, we have the amount of milk used, and the time protein shake is taken. Because remember, we can only change one thing at a time. So all of this right here, all of this was the control. So he could not change up the amount of milk used. He could not change up the amount of protein powder that he put in his milk. He couldn't change up the time of day. The only thing that he was changing up was the type of the protein powder, not the amount of the powder itself or the milk or the time of day. Those things are constants, okay? All righty, let's take a look at this next one. So the Harbor Bay Youth Center threw an end of the school year party. The coordinators were curious about which cupcake flavors were the most popular amongst children. They ordered 3 flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and cheesecake. The coordinators ordered the same amount of all 3 flavors, 50 each. Sort the following variables correctly. All right, so here are the variables that we have to work with, okay? What was the one thing that was purposely changed for this experiment? And it would be the type of cupcake, right? Because they ordered some chocolate, vanilla, cheesecake. So that was purposely changed. So that type of cupcake flavor. Right here. This is our independent variable. All right. So then the amount of cupcake flavor of each, and then the number of cupcakes eaten. So what did they keep the same? What they kept the same was the amount, the amount that they ordered. Okay, they go on to talk about how they ordered the same amount of all three flavors, 50 each. So that is going to be a control. So the amount of cupcakes of each flavor. Okay. Because it wouldn't be fair to order 100 of the chocolate and 20 of the vanilla and 80 of the cheesecake, and then expect to go back and count those to figure out, how many were eaten of that particular flavor to figure out which one was most popular. You have to start with the same amount. So the amount of cupcakes of each flavor. So they ordered 50 of each. That's what they did. So this here is a control. So how were they going to measure which one was the most popular? Well, after they ordered 50 of each and set them out when the party was over, then they would go back and count how many of each cupcake was, how many were left, subtract from their original 50 to come up with which one was most popular. So that is your dependent. That is what they're going to measure here at the end. Number of cupcakes eaten to determine which one was the most popular. So if all the chocolate's gone and we've got some vanilla and cheesecake left, clearly the chocolate was most popular. Okay? Hope this helps. Go on and finish the rest of your day at home. Go through and do the variable sort and the next activity after that.